Sawadee and welcome to another episode here for the Funk Pod. It's Wednesday and you know what it means. It's Wrestling Wednesday. And this time around I'll try to mix like another part of the podcast where I do like Media Professor Reacts to. Yeah, I'm in the media. A Media Professor reacts to certain things that are happening in the media. And this time I'll blend it in with the Wrestling Wednesday. Because again, I don't need to review Dynamite for you and all those things because there are just so many review channels out there. So why would I add fuel to the fire in this case? Even though some of those channels, Cultaholic, are really deteriorating, I guess it's a really competitive space, I assume, and you have to go for clicks and views rather than for high quality content, I assume. But yeah, so not a review show, even though I did like what happened at Arthur Ashe Stadium with Dynamite. That was great, or the Grand Slam, or Rampage 2, of course. I also enjoyed SmackDown. The honorary Us, that was pretty cool. I did mark out a little bit when he got this T-shirt. That was pretty cool. But yes, that's not my place to review right now anymore. I want to focus on personas and how they use the media, how the media utilizes them, and so on. And who else should we be talking about this week besides Saraya? Saraya is all elite. So, was it a surprise? Yes, it was. Did you expect it? No, you did not. I did not expect Saraya to come back in any form or fashion. So that was pretty cool to see. So now we have Renee Paquette's two favorite people in AEW. Only Renee, you're missing. So let's see if Renee Paquette is also coming to AEW at some point. So what do we think about Saraya and her persona and so on? So the one thing that is difficult with Saraya is, of course, she's very, it seems like emotional, right? Which is a good thing. Be emotional, let it all out, be real, that's cool. Problem is she always, not always, but often wipes the slate clean. Like if you follow her on IG right now, she has like 6 posts or so. So she just deleted everything else that she had beforehand. It's all just gone. So that's a bit tough because then it's like, okay, it's really just your persona right now, right? So it's, who do I follow? I just follow that AEW persona basically right now. Now, she did lots of Twitch and stuff before, right? So she's very good at using the media, of course. I'm just not sure if she's aware of the audience. Because, of course, the audience is not like just forgetting now, okay, I don't remember her being paged. I don't remember those adult videos that leaked. I don't know. We all remember all those things, right? Especially wrestling fans are creeps. I mean that not in the most negative way. I mean that like, well, I don't know how I mean it. You know what I mean, I hope. So wrestling fans have time on their hands to find out more about the people that they're really invested in. It's a nice way to say it. So, it's not like we just like, oh, look, Saraya. And it's not like, so if you wipe your slate clean, right, you're like, okay, I'll start from scratch. Great. But you're using the same name that made you famous back then before you were paged. So you expect people to remember you. Like, oh my God, it's Saraya. Woo! If you expect people to remember you, why would you try to delete all the memories of who you were? So that's a bit of a I don't know, doesn't really make sense to me, like from a media point of view. AEW, social media of AEW, of course, is like riding the Saraya horse right no pun intended. It's riding the Saraya horse right now, of course, to like great length, obviously. Which is understandable, because, I mean, if you sign someone, probably not cheap, you want to get something out of it. So every other social media post is about Saraya, and Saraya going to be on TV on Wednesday and address the audience and blah, blah, blah. Apparently, she's not cleared to wrestle according to the dirt sheets. I hate that term. But, yeah, let's see about this. So from the AW point of view, I understand that they're not going to use her all the time, as much as they can, obviously. Especially with CM Punk now gone, apparently, for good. Who cares at this point anymore? They're obviously happy to have like another huge name on the roster that they can rely on for media coverage, news coverage, and headlines and so on. Let's see what kind of headlines. The reactions seem to have been very positive. Lots of WWE stars also like reacted to her debut, like, "Oh my god, so cool, crazy," and so on. Of course, Bailey, for example, was amongst them. So everybody seems to be hyped and psyched about Saraya's AEW debut, which is good because AEW needs that right now, obviously. I do wonder if she can't wrestle, then will she be a manager? Probably a pretty good one. Could still be physical, I assume, to some extent. It depends on like how fit she is or how cleared she is, obviously. So I am intrigued. So good job by AEW with Saraya. As for the character, to come back to that, we really gotta wait and see now. Like, is Saraya gonna act like the later Paige? Is she gonna act like the previous Saraya? Is she gonna act like completely new persona, given that she cleared up her social media and everything? So what's it gonna be now? Is she gonna stay in kayfabe? I still hate that word, the pronunciation. Is she gonna stay in kayfabe also on social media? Is she not? Is she, like, MJF is doing this super well, for example. Also in interviews, is she gonna break kayfabe? Like what many people also do, and then those are like more, I know we didn't like them more because we can relate to them more. So what is she going to do? It's really going to be, I'm going to be really curious to see, is she a face or heel? Like, what's she going to be? You could never tell with Paige because she had like this, attitude, but then she was like a face for a long time, or most of the time, if I remember correctly. So now Saraya, people are so crazy about her. She still has like this rock attitude, kind of like rock star, sexy thingy. So she could also be a baddie. I hate that word, by the way. So she could also be of course, a heel. But people still is cheering for her, so maybe makes more sense to have her as a face. So can't really analyze that much yet. We have to wait and see how she does the first 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. How she's gonna act, how she's gonna use the media also. Like if she is not an active wrestler, if she is like a manager type of person now on AW, then she's gonna have to use the media even more so to make a splash, right? So gonna be really curious and interested to see how she's gonna do that. I try to remember her promo skills, besides just like screaming and "this is my house now." I don't remember any other promo, to be honest. We have to wait and see. It's gonna be interesting. I understand this is not the most detailed breakdown of a persona just yet, but we don't know. What kind of persona is it going to be? Is it the Saraya we know? Does she lean on the old Paige? So does she just keep the persona, just change the name, or is she a completely new person right now? Like at least on, like as per script. So we have to wait and see, and then we can hopefully break her down more. I could have done any other persona this week, of course, but I thought Saraya just came back, so we have to talk about her. I promise the weeks moving forward, unless there are other huge new signings on AW or WWE, I will break down personas that have been around for a bit longer so that we can actually understand how they use the media, what makes them good, what makes them not so great at what they do, and so on. If you are curious about a specific persona, do let me know, shout out in the comments, or maybe via email, funkitpod@gmail.com, or with their social media is @funkitpod. That's it for right now. Like, share, subscribe, rate the podcast if you listen to it while you listen to me getting counted out. You hear that bell. That's the ice cream man. We still have ice cream people walking around or driving around on bicycles, and I decided to record on the balcony today because it was raining the whole time, so I figured it's gonna be quiet. There's no one gonna be on the road, and now Mr. Ice Cream Man is counting me out. That's it for right now. Thanks as always for joining. Don't forget to kick out a 2. Stay safe, take care, and we'll talk, and I'll see you soon. Sawadee Krap.